Smokejumpers to the Rescue by Lori Tupin. An airplane circles above Dutch Oven Gulch, Idaho, at 100 miles per hour. A man stands at the open side door of the plane, his hands firmly gripping the sides. His heart races. The plane bounces like a yo-yo in the wind. A fire rages 2,000 feet below. The man waits for his signal. "Get ready! Go!" He jumps straight out, gets his body into the right position, then counts. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. His parachute opens on 4, pulled by the static line still attached to the plane. 19 more jumpers follow, and the plane flies off. Smokejumper Patrick Withen is falling at 13 feet per second, but he feels as though he is floating. Birds faintly chirp around him. Wildfire roars below. Withen lands in a tree outside the burning area. He drops a line, releases his chute, and lowers himself to the ground. All 20 jumpers have landed safely. Now the plane circles back and drops 10 boxes, one for each pair of jumpers. The boxes contain everything they need for living and for fighting fire for 3 days. Chainsaws, shovels, Pulaskis, part axe and part hoe, first aid kits, food, and water. If they have to stay longer, more supplies will be dropped in. The jumpers unpack and get to work. Smoke jumpers must parachute into areas that cannot be reached by vehicle. A trainee adjusts her bag at the U.S. Forest Service Smoke Jumping Training Center in Missoula, Montana. Practice, practice, practice. Smoke jumping is not for the timid. First, would-be smoke jumpers must pass a strenuous endurance test. Then begin 6 weeks of grueling boot camp, physical endurance training, running, swimming, aerobics, weightlifting, and more. And parachute training, jump skills, landing rolls, and chute packing. If you don't like making your bed, you won't like packing your parachute, says Withen. It takes an expert 35 to 40 minutes to properly pack a chute. A beginner might take 2 days. A smoke jumper's most important task is to create a fire break. That's a stretch of ground in which there's nothing left to burn. No trees, branches, shrubs, or leaf piles. Smoke jumpers try to make the fire burn itself out by taking away its fuel. But why not reach the fire from the ground? Why jump into it? There is a rule that says the closest available resources must respond to a fire. That's often the smoke jumpers, says Withen. A fire truck 30 miles away from a wildfire could take an hour or more to reach the blaze. Airplanes are much faster. Even if we are 100 miles away, we can be working on that fire within 35 minutes, says Withen. There are close to a dozen smoke jumping bases throughout the United States. Thanks to the smoke jumpers and other dedicated firefighters, many lives and thousands of acres of wildland are saved each year. Timid. If you are timid, you are very careful and often fearful. Strenuous. If an activity is strenuous, it takes great effort or a lot of energy.